Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the Oil Challenge. We are starting the pea harvest. We're still in July. Last episode we did do our canola harvest and we have all those goods in the silos right now, or the dryer, just kind of waiting for our decision if we're going to purchase a production this calendar year or if we're going to dry the canola and make some extra cash off of that. But we are following the harvester around the headland right now. We do have a rainstorm we're expecting to kick off here in about 4 minutes. So I'm hoping they're able to get a little farther so we can have some room to start unloading them before that hits. And it should just be about 2 hours. So we'll get to 1600 or maybe 1700 when that ends. And hope we're able to finish this tonight because I do want to get canola into this field in August. So did decide to try to bust this harvest out a little earlier. We'll probably go into August with the harvest because it is a decent sized field. We want to put some lime down and then plant, and that should be a good path to get the data collected for what we need on this field. And since we're doing the lime, that should be 97% yield bonus. We might want to add rolling in eventually, but just gathering all this data so we can make those decisions. As the rainstorm has hit, we'll get this unloaded and speed up time and get past it and keep on keeping on. But welcome back, guys. And sped up to 1740 here. We're able to continue on with the harvest. Just a quick little rainstorm. First load going in. This is going to be decent money. We're not even close to being around the headland. Already, 9,000 liters of peas. It's going to be a huge payday. And I think once we get both these headlands done today, we will get in the John Deere and the spreader and start putting lime down. But we want them to get a decent head start so that we can just do that without stopping is the hope. So we might want to let them get a little bit further, but just want to make sure we are able to treat the field and get it planted in August. We can go all the way to September for the canola, which wouldn't be terrible. And it should be giving us a mulched state right now with the way we're harvesting. Yeah, so we won't have to worry about doing that to mulch the field. A nice clearing in the field here, so we'll be able to unload. And I think one of the things we do need to start talking about is equipment upgrades and getting to where we can run these harvests a little bit quicker. This one's gonna take 2 hours with one harvester and the header the size it is. So keeping it unloaded and constantly unloading it is going to be really key to getting this done as quick as possible. But we're going to want to get another harvester, if not 2 different harvesters, because this one I'm not sure is going to work long term, as well as this tractor we've talked about swapping out. So all this income we're making for the rest of this year is really going to help us out by expanding the equipment, start to be able to get jobs done quicker. And then in return, we should be able to start growing even faster or move through the series faster, really, which is always good. But we're going to get to the point where we're not able to do all the tasks in a month at the pace that we're going when those tasks have to be done that month, too. So it's not just about getting through the series. It's also about being able to continue growing and do that successfully. A nice Dutes Far here, huh? And this is still here. Don't think we can pass that. We're going to buy it. We're going to switch it to US, and that doesn't change the price, but we could upgrade this long term to 458 horsepower. We can't pass on that. We have the cash. We're just talking about upgrades. Cannot pass on the new, to us, 8R. I guess we could have gone with this bad boy, but we don't have money for that. Eventually, we'll need this on this series, I feel. But spending all that money means that we're going to definitely need to sell a load of peas before July ends. But I don't know. We're going to get into the dark here. We're going to see about finishing this. And then, we have multiple tractors, so we'll be able to do the lime, get the lime started in the morning, let it get a little head start, and then start planting. I think that might be a better approach than trying to do it while we're harvesting. Yeah, so we'll just focus on this, get this done, keep an eye on that used market. We do have a line of credit that we could pull out and take advantage of if we find something that seems worth it. But I think we'll be fine to just start making some money here today off of these peas and really see that bank account grow. Gosh, guys, I'm hoping this is like a $600,000 harvest. All right, there's our first load. Let's go take this in, get it sold. And then I think what we're going to do is set this up on course play or on auto drive so we can get this harvest done while I look at a few other things and probably just save some hard drive space because we got an hour and 50 to go on the harvest. And we'll get the smaller John Deere on this field to start mulching as well. Ooh, yep. It's the last time we're using this New Holland. We're going to deliver the peas. We're going to sell it. We're going to swap out to the new 8R. And then we'll start doing that mulching ourselves. We'll definitely need to do some work ourselves on this series. Money is going up here on this first load of mini, and I do want to write down this number to keep track. 95741. $95,000 on one load. Yeah, 600,000 should be cake. And we'll drop off the grain car here because we did have the tractor delivered to home when we purchased it. Man, this thing's in great condition. No maintenance required right now. And they're on their way to help unload. So we're going to go get this sold and then we will start the mulching. And hopefully we get a good amount of our money back since we've only put 7.6 hours on here. We will do a quick repair though, just to maximize that income. And repair is going to be just about $1,200. 91,000. Yeah, we'll take that. All right, we've arrived over here. We're going to get started momentarily, but I wanted to make sure everything was going good with the harvest still. And it's not. It's not. Header trailer's in the way. Glad we checked. Now, are they going to get stuck? There was something we needed to fix here. We just help them out a little bit. I think they'll be fine. Oh, this needs to be set to field 18. Yeah. Now it's going to make the call, calculating their route. Oh, they're not going to be able to do it. Nah, they've done it before. They've done it before. Here they go. They're going to drive through the farm here. And I think they navigate fine. Yep, should be good. All right, we can get started here and get the mulching going. Very nice. Seems to be handling it fine speed-wise. You can see in our simple inspector, we have an hour and 45 minutes to go in the harvest. So we should be able to get this done and start putting lime on these two canola fields that we harvested last episode while we wait for that harvest to get done. Definitely going to start using our time wisely here instead of just doing one task at a time. Let's get it done. I did forget how dark this map gets, so we'll be finishing up the mulching here, and then we're going to have to help them deliver some peas because we are going to have 26,000 that's ready to be sold. And we'll get that course going because I did not do an auto drive course to the sales location yet. So we'll get that set up for the first time. And then we'll be able to finish that harvest at night. We'll probably shut the recording off at that point and pick up when we have daylight again to continue on with all of our tasks. But that is done. Mulching's all complete. So we can get this out of the way and then start helping out the 8R, get the 6R back home. And heading up to pit 1, we did not get here quick enough. They are going to need us to unload very quickly. But we should be able to just slow down and connect these dots. And shut the recording off for now. Get another dollar amount, and then we'll get them back going, and I will see you guys when it gets a little brighter. But let's get this dollar amount so we can keep documenting how much we're making off of this harvest. Looks like we have 85674. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're up to $272,000. Looking amazing. Well, it is August morning. We have 6,000 liters here to sell to get our grand total of what we made off of oil today. And we're going to add another $20,724 to that total. Our grand total, you can see the dollar amount is up to $744,000. We did sell a tractor, so that did help that dollar amount, but we made $657,148 off that pea harvest with the prices not peaked. Pretty good. You can see over across the way there, we did get the lime done, and over here we did as well. So we're going to get real quick. We're going to grab the 6R and we're going to get lime put back in the spreader and start putting lime down on the pea field. And we have a little bit of a purchase we're going to make after that, but I do want to get started with the lime so we can get started planting. We're hoping to get this all done today in August. So we have 3 jobs to do the rest of the day. We need to get lime applied, we need to plant, we're going to put canola in the field, and then we're going to get the weeds taken care of. Hopefully we can get that all done by midnight. That is the plan. See the harvester's still over there. We still got to get that put away, but one thing at a time. It's almost 10 o'clock. We got to get rolling. Looks like we do have 964 liters left, but we're going to head over to the co-op, top this up with lime. It's not too expensive over there. It was about $500. I think it was less than $500 per full load. And cruising on in here to get that lime, and should be done there. Yeah, $433 for that. Not a terrible dollar amount at all. Got to get close enough for that to lower. There we go. Now here we're going to have the worker do this, but we're going to configure it to start on headlands. I know most people do plant headlands last, but it makes a lot of sense for me to do it this way. And I wanted to double check. What did we do there? 2 headlands, perfect. So let's make sure they get started good. We will have to babysit this and take over, get it filled up, bring it back, get it started, but that's fine. We'll definitely be able to do this at a good pace this way. There they go. And I think they'll probably get around the field once before we have to go help them. But let's grab the seeders. We're going to make a... I don't know if it's an upgrade, but I definitely want to make this change. So we are going to grab these. I'll make sure they're unloaded. Take them in. There's something on the used market. As long as it doesn't get bought before we get there and do this, that I'm excited for. We successfully made it in here. I was a little worried about getting through those doors. So let's go ahead and get these sold. And yeah, we'll do a little repair. First one, we're going to get $3,900. Not a lot of money back here. That is completely fine. $2,900 on that one. And let's reset the sales location so it does spawn here. But the horse, we're going to go ahead and upgrade this. And we're going to get, for $136,000, a 12-meter planter or seeder. With the treatments that we're making to this field, this should be a 97% yield bonus that we're setting up. So this will be more data that we're collecting to figure out how many more fields we're going to need. We're going to start moving a lot slower through these years as our field count really increases. We're going to have to really start using all the time in the months and manage it that way. So it was nice to be able to really zoom through the first 2.5 years of the challenge. It is year 3. I know it says year 4 up there, but this is our 3rd year, our 3rd full year on this challenge. Let's get as much as we can of this stuff loaded. I forget, is this the seeder that you have to unfold to load? Oh, if it is, I'm going to be very sad. No, it's not. Okay. But now let's head over to the co-op and see if we can top this off over there. And we do have the Fertilize Once mod installed. So we'll need to get into the menu here and make sure we configure that correctly. Activate normal. We don't want that. So if we switch it, it says activate doubled. All right. Always confused by the farming simulator menus. They seem backwards, but I understand the method there. So it looks like they may not get around the headland. So we're going to have to do a lot of babysitting of the lime. But just getting this prepped before we fill that back up. Getting some, like a large trailer that holds lime and fertilizer so we can it could follow us around so we don't have to drive all the way to the co-op would probably be a good idea. I need to look into that. Let me know if I forget what they're called, but one of those trailers that can actually unload into an implement. I need one of those mods. Okay, if I remember right, we can get seed. Where was that at? Is that right here? And what's the cost going to be on that? $3,500. Okay. There's a lot of seed. So it holds 3,300 liters of seed. And now that we're doing the double application of fertilizer, whew, we're going to be filling this thing up a lot. 3,800. Okay. And that was $6,800. So we're down to 603, which is okay. Still got lots of money to make this year. And for the sake of time, I'm going to pull over right here because it looks like, no, let's get as close as we can. So 400 liters of lime to go through, and they have ran out. So we're close over here. We might as well finish the drive, and we'll grab the set 6R, and we'll go refill that. Looks like a little bit more than a headland. Okay. I'm guessing about 5 more loads of that for this field, and we'll go ahead and park right there. All right, and filling up on lime again. We'll get a full dollar amount this time. Yeah, $486. That's not bad. At this point, I am keeping an eye on the used market to see if a seeder shows, or a planter shows up, and I haven't seen one yet, so we'll keep our eyes open for that. Okay, they should be getting back at the liming. They might miss a little bit there. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick ourselves. I don't know if they're going to redo it, but we're going to need them to finish that headland. I don't know why it did that. Yeah, this is where we need them to go. So let's stop that again and see if they will... Let's see what they do. I want to learn. Like if we pop in here, it still start... Oh, because we have start on ups and downs now. Okay. Let's go ahead and stop them. Start again. Okay, I don't know why that resets, but they should back up now. Get started. And that means we can get our course configured here and start getting some canola in the ground. So at 9 miles an hour, let's make sure our double application's working before we go too far. It is beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. So they should have a decent head start now, and we'll just start cruising around, and we shouldn't catch up to them at this speed. We'll have to keep babysitting, keep refilling them. We'll have a feeling we'll have to do the same with the seeder. I don't think this is going to be enough to get us through this entire planting session. And I think we lost a little bit of width, but I think the setup's better. We'll be able to go a little bit faster when we do use speed override. Not happy with what I'm seeing here. All right, things don't go the way they should. You got to do it yourself. So I'll finish the headlands here, and then I will reset up that course. So let's go here, and that should be fine. Oh boy. There we go. All right, let's get this headland done, and then we can pick up with the seeding. That's all right. We'll figure it out. All right, I think we got a pretty good head start here. Let's go ahead and try to get this handed over to a worker again and see what they do here. The system isn't the best. All right, I think we got it figured out. Come on, you can do it. You're lined up pretty good. Just drive forward and start working. Nice. All right, let's lock back in. We can get going here. We're going to do a little speed override. I think I'm going to set it at about 12 for this. And let's get her done. We'll keep an eye on the lime consumption, like we said earlier. And we should have enough time to pull this off before the end of the day to get the weeding done as well. One time of the headland used 10% of the fertilizer and 3% of the seed. So we'll be interesting to see, and we're making good progress. We might only need one more load of lime if they might actually finish. That's going pretty good. It's lasting now that we're not doing headlands, so that's pretty good. So we can just stay heads down on this, and I'm not good at math and learning how to calculate what we used on a headland, but I think we might have enough fertilizer. I think this was a great purchase. Okay, what are you doing, dude? Oh my goodness, guys. This game confuses me. Came back over here to relime where we've limed. Got them refilled. Did a little bit of a pass over there. I think we're going to have to just finish this ourselves. Because, can't have nice things. Should have done course play. All right, we'll get this done. A little overlap there. That's, I'm going to have a hard time avoiding that myself, but it'll be all right. Yeah, you're going to have no choice but have a little bit of overlap where we've already planted, but so I guess it's best just to get this done. We're running at ×4 just to make sure we get all this done today. I think it's fine. All right, lime is all taken care of, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. I am going to get a little more of a head start before we add the weeder, though, and back at it. So still, 80%, 82% of fertilizer. So I think it's going to be good, and we are going to need to... I think I want to reconfigure this course because I believe it's going to send me in an interesting route. Yeah, I don't... Well, maybe we will try that. The way it's configured now that we have the whole field limed. And I think I will just... I think we have time. Actually, I'm going to bump it up to ×5. I think we do have time to get this all figured out and finished today. And starting the ups and downs here. A little bit uphill this way. Yeah, maybe we don't want to do that because I feel like it is more uphill. So let's go ahead and change the direction to 90. Yeah, I like that much better. There we go. Jumping in here for a little bit of an update. We are, a little more than halfway done. We're done with all the long passes and we have 66% fertilizer. So I think this is the seeder for us. Canola seed rates seem super low. Still at an 89% capacity for that. So we'll get this finished and timing looks pretty good still. Should be able to get all the weeding done before midnight, which is what's important to me, so that we can make sure that we get the right length of weeds taken care of with the tool that we have. And we'll have to remember to reconfigure it because it is set up as a mulcher right now. But this is this not a direct drill? Like, why did that little spot mess up? Because that would have been really bad if I messed that up. It is. I thought it was. I've used this a lot. I don't know why that spot back there still had grass in it. A little weirdness of the game. Maybe we never cultivated that the first time when we extended the field, but let me get this done and I'll rejoin you when we get closer to weeding. We barely used more than half of the fertilizer, which is blowing me away. That is absolutely awesome. So we got this all done. Next, we'll do a little bit of weeding. And that'll be it for August. Now, I was tempted to edit this part out, but we are driving into the store to reconfigure this. I was tempted to edit it out and see if we could get a bunch of comments. You're mulching. I want to set this to adjustable and try to figure it out this time. Let's reconnect it. Let's open the menu and see if we see anything, because I didn't last time. Lower, unfold. Maybe we need to unfold it first. Let's get out. Let's get out of the gate and unfold it. I don't know what R does. Doesn't seem to do anything. Let's see. Let's get the other menu. Maybe. All right, maybe I'm crazy. Worker mode, AI worker, that's not it. Follower side, no. Allow fields. Yeah, I don't see an option. So we will just go ahead and switch it to a weeder. But I think I want to customize this and go ahead and pay 56,000 for that upgrade. I think it's worth it. And then this one we will set to weeder. All right, let's see how this thing handles it now. We got a over 400 horsepower tractor. And it seems to be cruising at 12. If we do speed override, I mean, we're going 16 now, and the recommended is 20. So only 18, that's all. Seems to be going pretty good. I think we'll get this done in no time. Successfully made it around a headland once. I think we are good, and this is where I'm going to leave you today. We'll get the rest of this done off camera, but we will be picking up with the soybean harvests, both of the fields, and that will free up our soon-to-be construction yard for our, I should say, production yard, which I guess would be a construction yard before the buildings are built. We should be able to get to that next episode and put some canola in the oil production for the very first time, starting to learn the ratios of how the productions work and a few of the things that I've learned about the production mod that was recommended. It sounds like it's exponentially expensive to add upgrades, but there's a few Lua configuration changes that we'll be able to make it even. So I'll still be looking into that possibly very soon. You know, no rush from me since we got some time until we need it. But just keeping you guys updated on that. I had lots of comments about that, and also we've mentioned it before. So potentially still will be doing it that way, but it'll be on that field there, and we'll get to that soon. It feels like we're making a lot of good progress right now, and it won't be too far off until we're starting to calculate how many fields we need. Let me know what you're thinking of the series. I'm Socksway Up. I will catch you on the next episode.